This dude just said what most people who talk about deep stuff avoid, for this very reason, because there's thousands of people now asking how to forgive themselves. I have the missing link, but first you need to hear what he said.
You need to stop beating yourself up for doing bad things. It's not helping the situation. Mentally punishing yourself is fucking pointless. I mean,
Bam, he said it. Now I'm going to break this down to you with what I believe is the best example I've ever seen illustrated, period. So this is Uncle Iroh. He's one of the most loved characters in fiction, period. He's known for his wise words and helpful, loving demeanor, okay? But what a lot of people overlook is how he got that way, his darker past. Now, if you have this problem of self-forgiveness, keep your situation in mind as I break this down. So Iroh was born as the firstborn son in a royal lineage, meaning by birthright, he was heir to the throne of the Fire Nation. So that means he got all the programming, all the generational trauma that a little fire emperor is supposed to get. So he joins the military, he has a son, the whole nine. He is the perfect heir to the throne. He's so damn good that he becomes a general. And he ends up leading what is a fateful battle in the war to take the capital city of the Earth Kingdom, which basically would end the war. That means Fire Nation wins. But just as they're closing in, Iroh gets notice that his son's life had been taken in battle. And the news of this understandably snapped Iroh in half, especially because he felt that he wasn't there for his little boy in a moment that he obviously really needed him. And by the way, yes, this is supposed to be a kid show. But Iroh as the general gives the order for retreat and goes home. A decision for which he's stripped of his rank and his path to the throne. They give it to his little brother instead. And so that's how the show starts. Ozai, his little brother, is on the throne, and Iroh's basically shunned in shame. Remember I said to keep yourself in mind. Years pass, the show picks up, and we get to a filler episode. And in this episode, Iroh is living as a refugee in the very city he once nearly took. And it starts off as just like a normal cute day in the life for Iroh, but then very specific events happen to him. First, a dude mugs him, or at least attempts to. Iroh's a martial arts master at this point, so Iroh's like, what is that stance? And then he corrects this man's stance, but tells him, you don't actually look like the criminal type though. What's going on? And the guy's like, yeah, I've been having a really hard time. And so he invites him to sit down for tea and then tells him to chase his dreams. And the guy said no one had ever believed in him before, so he's going to go chase his dreams. And then again, he's walking along and he comes across a kid crying. But it just so happens that he has his guitar on him, so he sings a song for the kid to help calm him down for his mother, which immediately works, and he cheers the kid up and he sends them on their way. There's some more like shenanigans, but then the episode's pacing changes, and you watch Iroh go up a hill and sit by a tree. And on first viewing, you have no idea what he's doing. He's like making a picnic or something. But then he pulls out this piece of paper, and once you see it, you understand completely what's happening here. And he says, happy birthday, my son. If only I could have helped you. He then goes on to sing what is probably the most tear-inducing song ever created in cartoon history. I'm choking back tears now. But I know you probably hate some of the stuff you've done in the past, and you replay it in your mind all the time. And based on what it is, sometimes our knee-jerk reaction is to be mean to ourselves. The logic there being, oh, I made other people feel bad, so I should feel bad, right? I should do that forever. But this doesn't make sense, and I'll tell you why. So you did a wrong thing, and you seek recompense, right? You did something wrong, and you seek to bring balance to the field through your own suffering. But the problem is you aren't that person anymore. Can I prove it to you? So we can agree that you're not just your body, right? You're also your experiences, the people you've met, all that. So though you share a similar body to that old person, that person was acting based off of their past insecurities, their past traumas, because that's who they were, and that's who you were. This makes up the old you. But acknowledge now, logically, that since you see them, and you can acknowledge and see who they were, and be upset about it, means that you are outside of them, you are no longer them. You have new experiences and new understanding, which means now you are a new you. And so though you intend to bring balance by being mean to yourself, it's actually just self-serving, because all you're doing there is quelling your own feelings. This benefits no one else besides you. Just because you are you doesn't make you not a person. And so by being mean to you, you're just being mean to people again. Because whether or not you want to admit it, you are people. Well, the actual opposite of adding bad things to the field is to add good things to the field. The actual opposite of engendering sadness is to engender happiness, kindness, calm, starting with yourself. Because you can only give what's already present in you. Are you feeling me right now? So rather than using your past to create more suffering, rather than saying it, let the way you move say sorry. Just like when that person was mugging Iroh, when you see someone making the same mistake you did, offer what you needed back then and prevent a tragedy. Just like when the kid was crying and it had nothing to do with Iroh, make it your hobby to occasionally just do nice things for people, to make others happy for no reason. And just like at the end of the episode that he spends remembering his son, don't fight those memories of the past when they come up, because that's what's made you who you are today. So don't turn away. Yes, this may hurt, so if you need to, break, because you can't start picking up pieces until you acknowledge that you've been shattered.